Chicago. Welcome into the Chicago Sports Podcast presented by Goose Island, the official beer of CHGO. Find one of their Chicago locations at gooseisland.com/locations. What's up, everyone? I'm Kevin Kaduk, head of content at CHGO, joined as always by Kacy Standohar, Luke Stuckmeyer, Lawrence Benedetto behind the board, and sitting in this week is the man, the man, Mark Carman. What's going on, my man?
Thank you for the invite, guys. Really always a pleasure to be here. Luke, you're very funny. I'm enjoying your blue check mark, everything that you're doing over there. It's a good battle that you're having, you versus Elon.
How about Law and Kevin, the way they've handled that duck now? That is like a smooth oil machine
goose.
now, right?
It's a goose.
I'm sorry, the goose.
The duck.
I just
I'm the
screwed the
duck.
whole thing. I just screwed
That's
the
the
whole
goose.
thing. The duck does the goose with the law.
Yeah.
That's the law.
Long arm of
It's
the law.
impressive. The synergy between Kevin and Lawrence
It's
is
like we're of one brain.
it's something to behold. I feel privileged to witness it in its many forms.
Speaking of synergy, CHGO Sports, CHGO Bears, and Goose Island are putting on a monster NFL draft party next Thursday and Friday nights at Joe's Bar on Weed Street. Tickets on sale now. Make sure you go get those. They start at $60. They include a midway T-shirt, a premium drink package, and just being able to watch the draft with other Bears fans. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Just being there with me is mainly
Just being there with Law. Casey will be there. Carm will be there. I'll be there.
A vial of Mark Carman's sweat at the end of the night.
I mean, I think a great idea is if you could just lurk over Lawrence for the entire show
I would
and
love
just ask him
that. That would
questions.
be great. Yeah, I'll have time for all that.
It's going to be a lot of fun, so make sure you check that out. You can check that out at allchgo.com to get those tickets. It's going to be a lot of fun. So
7 days. Let's go.
7 days.
Oh, God.
Are we ready?
We're almost there.
No.
We're kind of ready.
Totally
No.
ready. We're so
Casey,
ready.
are you ready?
I will be, but I'm not yet.
Who's more ready right now, the CHGO Bears staff or the actual Chicago Bears? I would hope the Chicago Bears.
Yeah, I hope
Boy,
it's them.
yeah.
I hope they're more ready than we are.
It's definitely not us. I don't think
They seem uber prepared for this type of stuff, though. I do feel like he really has a good handle on what he wants to. I bet you he knows exactly what they're doing already.
So our fearless leader, Jake Flanagan, general manager of CHGO, we were just at a meeting, and he said he had a dream about the NFL draft, that the Cowboys traded up to select Jalen Carter. Do you think that Ryan Poles has had multiple dreams of like things going, or do you think he sleeps well at night?
Cowboys trading up to 9? Because I don't know if that's high enough to get Jalen Carter.
We don't know all the
Some of
details of
us-
his dream.
That's
Some of
that's
us
the work
dream
dream,
about, like going back to our old childhood home. Some of us dream about trauma we've had, and Jake just dreams about the Bears and what they're gonna do.
Would you like
Don't you ever have
would you like
work
to talk
dreams,
about
though?
anything?
No, never.
I mean,
What?
You've never had a work dream?
Yeah,
like
I've had
that?
a work dream
yeah.
that I'm like late, or like I missed something, or I was in like a dance recital and I like forgot all the steps.
I was going to say also, to be fair, Bears qualifies as trauma we've had. So.
Well, yeah, that's part
Certainly.
of trauma.
Oh my God, I have work dreams kind of a lot, although not anymore. My old producing jobs where I would be dreaming about how like I can't get the rundown finished, and it's like 10 minutes to the show, and I have nothing in my rundown, and it's like,
I have the same dream.
oh
This
my
might make a
God.
good
My
tweet.
tapes aren't cut, or I
Yeah.
forgot
What
to
bad
write
dreams you've
scripts
had?
for a
About Chicago
sportscast.
sports.
I still have
No,
it.
thank you.
What about like middle of the ocean, can't find an island, you're about to drown situation? No?
My nightmare dream is always laws.
Yeah.
And it goes all the way back
What
to my
is it?
very first job.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
I'll be in like small
Appreciate it.
market television, and I go back to do a show, and I don't have any scripts written,
Yeah.
and I forgot to edit my tapes, and they're like, "You're on."
Do you
in
guys
30
ever have
seconds.
the teeth falling out dream?
Yeah,
No.
Yeah,
Those are weird ones to have.
that's supposed to be you're afraid of dying.
I am. That is true.
I've had it. I've had the same dream.
All your
yeah.
teeth fall out. They,
All
like,
your teeth
crumble.
fall out, and you're like, "Where are my teeth?"
So,
I've
supposed
never
to be have
had
some
that,
fear of
so
dying.
I don't know how that works.
I have a lot of flying dreams where I'm flying.
Casey, you have
Oh,
great
yeah.
teeth, though. I don't know if we want your teeth falling out.
I have a basketball dream where I can hover over a basket. So everybody wants to pass me the ball.
I once dreamt that I was
Air
BJ
Luke.
Armstrong.
That's right.
BJ.
Yeah, I had the BJ.
Armstrong,
I had the
huh?
BJ dream. We won the title.
Wait, hold on. The
I'm
BJ
sorry.
dream's a different thing.
Stop it right there.
Excuse me.
That is
Different
uncomfortable.
dream.
Shout out to everyone joining us today in the chat. Good to see you, Doug, Jordo, Bully Bears, Fam Guy, Keep those comments coming. We're talking today about the Cubs and the Bears and their playoff chances. But first, let's get to this week's Taking Care of Business award winner, powered by ComEd. And I think this might be our first Cubs winner since we've established this.
Ever.
We're giving this to Patrick Wisdom.
P-Wizzy.
The Cubs slugger, P-Wizzy. Monster Week.
Is that a thing? Is that his name, P-Wizzy?
Yeah, it's
P-Wiz,
his Twitter.
yeah.
That's his Instagram
P-Wiz.
and Twitter name.
P-Wiz?
P-Wizzy.
I didn't
Pete
know
Wiz
that.
leads the majors with 8 homers right now. He's tied with New York's Pete Alonso, coming off a streak where he homered in 4 straight. He is third in OPS at 1.097. I know it's a small sample size, but this is a welcome addition to the Cubs right off the start to have Patrick Wisdom filling in and providing those power numbers. That's the reason he's there.
You had questions A, B, C, and D entering the season. One of them was, will somebody take over third base and own that position?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how you couldn't play him almost every day right now.
Absolutely.
Though, the one thing that doesn't show is how much better his defense has been this year. His defense has been way better at third base. But then if the guy's hitting 8 home runs and 6 home runs a month, I heard Cliff Floyd on the Cubs postgame show suggesting that he thinks Patrick Wisdom will hit 50 home runs this season.
Settle down, Cliff.
He's got 8 already. He's got 8.
Okay.
He leads the majors.
8 through, 17 games?
He's a very streaky hitter.
50 is a lot of home runs.
What did he hit last year, 35?
Why are you looking at me like I care about
I'm just
that?
saying, it's not out.
You have 28
15 more, 20, 30. 40 seems low if you're starting off with 8 right out of the gate.
I'll make a bet with Cliff. I'll take under 40. He can have over. Can you get that done?
40 is the over-under you want to set it at? I'll take that bet with you at this point. He's got 8.
You'll take that bet?
Carm,
Yeah.
What are we betting?
Careful. You got a lot of bets
I got a lot
out
of.
there now.
I will take that bet.
You got a lot of bets out.
You have to quit playing tennis for the rest of your life if you lose the bet, and I will do the same thing.
Didn't Cliff Floyd have? Didn't Cliff Floyd? Who did he bet? Oh no, I'm thinking of Brian McRae. Remember Brian McRae had that?
Brian
Yeah,
McRae.
yeah. He bet somebody like a car if he hit a home. Who was it? It was
I don't.
Cubs pitcher. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes,
Steve
I know he
Traxel.
did make a bet. Steve Traxel?
Probably.
Could have been. There's at least a
I'll have to
3%
look it
chance
up.
I'm right
Who's
on that.
the guy from Escanaba, Michigan?
I'm buddies with BMAC. What's the question? I'll text him.
Lieber. I think
Johnny
Lieber
Lieber.
might have been a.
What?
Okay,
Escanaba,
so he
Michigan.
paid off a bet, an $89,000 car, with Frank Castillo.
Frank Castillo. All right.
The payoff was a 1997 Mercedes. McRae bet that Castillo, who has no career home runs in a 6-year major league career, could not hit one in either a game situation or in batting practice. Castillo connected for a home run in batting practice before a May start in Chicago.
I'm texting
Epic.
him right now. Big flexer. Did you really make a bet with Frank Castillo's destroys?
There's a Google result here that says he did.
I know we're going to double this.
Well, we'd rather have a McRae result from.
I'm just happy that we brought up Frank Castillo on this
I'm
on
just
this
happy we
show.
brought up
Boy,
Brian
this-
McRae.
We went off the rails quickly on this one, didn't we?
Yeah.
One thing, all of a sudden, I'm talking about dreams.
It's only a matter of time before I
Jesus,
drop a Chuck
teeth are falling
McElroy
out.
reference.
Trauma.
Trauma.
All
No,
right.
the wisdom thing's impressive.
So the past few days, I've opened up my DraftKings Sportsbook app, and there's been a pre-packaged bet there for Chicago wins. Will the Cubs and Bears both make the playoffs in 2023? And I think a week ago, it was plus 1,000. I checked today, it's all the way down to plus 810, so that's 8-1 odds.
Wish I would have taken
Cubs
it.
right now
Plus
are
1,000.
11-6. They own the top wild card spot in the NL. Obviously, they still have 9/10 of the season to go. The Bears are coming off a 3-14 season. They still have not held the NFL draft.
Fields.
Didn't have the biggest free agency of all time.
Not yet. Still going on, baby.
Still going on. Is this a sucker's bet, or is it something that you're willing to tie up your money for, until January?
That's the gambling side of it, right? How long do you want to invest in this bet? How long do you want to give them the money to invest it to make the big money back?
I know the Cubs season is so much longer and there's so much more variables, but I just feel like I have more faith in the Cubs this year. And I do think the Bears will win maybe 7-8 games, but then their window will probably be next year, 2025, maybe. What do you think, Carm?
It seems like a risky play to me, but I do enjoy rooting for the Bears and the Cubs. So if you want to throw a nice little, it feels like a good $23 Jordan-esque wager on there. Bears and Cubs of the playoffs. Why not? Let's go.
You wouldn't combine any other Chicago teams. If you're looking for the two most likely to make the postseason
Those
this
two,
year,
yeah.
those would be your two.
So if you're wondering
At least at
to
this point.
combine the White Sox and the Bears, you could get plus 1070 right now, which is
See?
separately the Bears are plus 160, Cubs are plus 250, and the Sox right now are plus 350.
I might have to ask Herb and Sean, but isn't it a little early to bury the Sox? Don't they have more talent than the Cubs?
I don't think
Didn't they have
Sean-
more talent than the
yeah.
Cubs last year? Yes, but neither one of them went to the playoffs.
I think they're sick of the team already.
I heard, I'm not going to say Herb or Sean, but I will say one of them yesterday said, we're going to lose 5 games to the Cubs this year.
Wow.
I'm not going to say who said it.
Well, Sean is
Not on air. That was
Somebody in disgust muttered it.
That's not going to.
_W_Anderson is saying no.
Well, we could throw Steven into the mix, too. Although
This
now
is
you
gonna
know
be
it wasn't Steven.
this is going to be an awkward situation if the Cubs somehow keep this up and the Sox keep their trend line up. It's just going to be a weird situation in this office all summer.
No, it's not. That's the name of the game. We have 2 baseball teams.
What have you done
One's
for me
gonna
lately?
They're not going to be the same every year.
It's-
That'd be great if they were.
If we're being honest about the personalities in this office, like the Cubs guys will just lean into it, and so will those Sox guys. Herb will be like, yeah, of course we suck. What do you...
Cody starts every night by saying he's ready to be hurt again.
Right. He's, Cody thinks World Series. Not if not this year, next year at the latest.
Well, he's had 11 beer bats at this point.
Ravi's in the house. What's up, Ravi? He says, what's up, Casey,
Ravi.
Carm, Kevin, Luke, and Lawrence.
Yo.
Hey, man.
He knows all of our names. My buddy texted me today, and he goes, what's that Matt Carman guy like?
Matt
Matt.
Cram.
You got a brother, Matt?
Matt Cramman.
We're working on my Q rating. And
And listen, nobody's skilling.
Yeah,
Nobody's skilling.
that's true.
There's only
It's
one
true.
skilling.
Well, we had a storm roll through a little earlier today, but sunny skies this afternoon, and it's very warm, although there is a cooling down period happening tonight.
Tom Skilling has a brother.
Well, let me tell you about
Yeah.
the pollen rates right now, Tom. He likes to go through the pollen rates.
Yes.
Ragweed is.
Yes, ragweed's very high right now. For those of you, get a Kleenex handy.
He may be the most consistently positive Chicago media personality of all time. Have you ever caught Skilling when he wasn't smiling and enthusiastic about what he's talking about?
This is a great question.
It's literally never happened.
Well,
Well,
I
what
don't know
about
if
Chuck
he's-
Swirsky?
He was the number 1 Q rating in America.
That's a
Skilling.
big can of
I don't know
worms
if he
right
still
there.
is.
Uh-oh. Forward facing.
Swersk is pretty positive.
He's a positive Swersk, but I don't think he's in Skilling's category. I think we gotta.
Do you know what Tom's like off the air?
No.
Oh, he's a dictator. I have people that
Do
work
you?
at WGN. He just screams at everyone.
I've heard he's a
PAs.
baller shot caller.
I'm just kidding.
There's
I have
no way.
idea.
Skilling's got to be that nice off the air. Has to be. He's
I
Skilling.
will say this about Mr. Tom Skilling. If you're ever watching one of his weather segments on the WGN, think of the sports producer, because when he gets into his 8th minute and he's just showing photos, you're thinking, boy, that's a lot of time that's getting cut out of the sports
You better
segment.
believe it. That's panic mode right there.
That's why Dan Roan retired after 50 years. Finally, it had
And
enough.
Rich King.
Oh,
shout
Dan knew he could do 5 minutes less than what was probably scheduled because Skilling was
Yeah.
get a little weather on the horizon. Skilling's going to go.
So getting back to that bet,
Oh, yeah. Wait, we have a show?
I think to make that kind of bet, you have to feel pretty good
Yeah.
about one of the teams, and then you roll the dice on the second team.
But it's like you said, if you don't invest that much into it, it's a fun little bet.
Sure.
Who are you most confident in between the two?
Cubs.
Probably the Cubs. Just
Probably the Cubs because there's so many teams that make
so
the
many teams
playoffs
that
now.
get in.
Yeah.
Probably. I mean, NL Central's. Is NL Central weaker than the NFC
Brewers
North?
are currently
It's probably right now. The Cardinals have been terrible. That's the one. The Brewers, you kind of thought. I would. Yeah, it's
Brewers
very
pitching's been awesome.
very close. It's interesting though. The Bears part of it is, you look at the Bears and it's like you don't have to be great to make the NFL playoffs either. You got to be like 500 sometimes.
can't
Right.
And a lot of
Yeah,
a
and
lot of
there's
teams-
7 teams
Well, yeah, you can't
aside
anymore
now
be
that get
500,
into
but
that.
you got to
NFL.
be
One.
a game over 500. Game under 500, you might make the playoffs.
Yeah.
So that's not unthinkable.
It's not. I mean, it's not. But it's got to be the Cubs. I mean, I just feel
You
like
take
the
Aaron
Bears,
Rodgers off the Packers.
You just don't know what is. You don't have a team yet for the Bears. That's the draft hasn't happened.
I think the answer is the Cubs, for sure. Long term, can the Bears catch up to the Cubs and maybe pass them? That's definitely on the table.
Yeah.
I'm with Doug here. The payoff would have to be better than 8-1 to get me to place a bet on the Bears getting into the playoffs prior to the draft.
Do you guys bet futures?
I like it.
When you put this idea out there, I said I wanted to
Not
do.
normally.
I wanted to make the bet, but now that I know that it was like 1,000-1 before, now I'm waiting for the Cubs to have a 4-game losing streak and see if I get the number to slide.
Seriously, yeah.
Good strategy. It'll happen, right?
Well, you're the guy over here who was asking
Here it
me
comes.
after 2 games into the season, are the Cubs and Sox ever going to get back to the 500 mark? Captain Negative over here. Captain Negative.
Right in the moment, though, you're like, that's kind of a good question.
When's the last time both of those teams were in the playoffs together? Was it 89 or 84?
2000,
2008.
2020.
2008, I think, is the answer.
Oh, 2020, yeah.
The Mickey Mouse season. The
Yeah,
Sox and Cubs.
yeah,
both.
that's
That
true.
doesn't count.
No,
No. Yeah, screw you.
and if that doesn't count,
Oh,
the
yeah,
Dodgers
28,
have
yeah,
won a World Series
2018.
in a
What am I
long time.
thinking?
2018?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't
Oh, wait,
think.
no, wait.
Don't.
The Cubs didn't make it in 2018. Well, technically they did, right? They made the playing game.
Yeah, I think the bet is not crazy. I really don't. I don't think it's crazy. I think it's difficult for both of them to get there, but I certainly could see each of them getting to the postseason.
But how do you make this call without knowing what's happening on April 27th and April 28th?
Belief in
Like-
Ryan
Are,
Poles.
are they trading back
Poles.
Are they trading back from 9 and stockpiling more picks for next year? Then that changes your look at it. Like,
I mean,
right?
there is part of that knowing that Ryan Poles doesn't seem to be in a huge hurry.
Right, but he's so good at his job that even if he's not in a hurry, they're just going to get there.
But they were a 3-14 team that was competitive for most of those games.
Now,
too.
speaking logic, yes, correct. It's a big.
Let's
jump.
all band together. Let's put like $10 together, and then if
I
they
love
win,
this.
we'll go out to lunch in January.
I mean,
What if the
seriously,
Shohei
$10
rumors
is
heated
only-
up for the Cubs?
Yeah.
$10
Now all of a
is only
sudden.
80. You're only winning $80. Couldn't even afford for all of us to go to lunch.
Well, we won't be able to drink.
It'll be
Can barely go to the
lunch.
bagel place across the thing for $80. Prices
You
nowadays.
really can't. You really can't.
So unbelievably depressing. I just got a great deal though down the street. I'll tell you guys about it later. Build your own sandwich at the local market. $7. I thought that was a steal.
Yeah.
At West Loop Market?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, wow.
Wow.
You first found out about the Westwood Market.
we
We've been there for a
frequent
year.
the West
But I
Market.
didn't. But all the sandwiches are like $10, and I said, "Can you make me a veggie sandwich?" So they built.
Oh,
and,
so no meat. That's
no, but it was delicious.
well, yeah, sure, but that's why you got the deal.
I think
they're
if I think if you built your own, they just falls under this build your own.
they just put some
umbrella.
sprouts in between 2 pieces of rye bread and called it a day.
Yeah, $8. Get out of here. With
Robbie.
the banana though.
You had a banana on, with the sprouts and the mayo?
No, that was the dessert portion. I'm trying to step it up here.
Ravi's wishing you a happy 420.
Yeah. Happy 420.
Me and you later today, Robbie. 420. Me and you, buddy.
Currently 420 somewhere in the East Coast. So
421.
I haven't done 420 since about 1993, but you know.
Is
at
that even a
420 at
thing in
least.
1993?
93. Wait. So you're at
Oh,
the
my
University
God.
of Iowa? Is this an Iowa thing?
Yeah, we're
Okay.
at
Mayflower?
they were
What a
were
dumb day.
some weird house far out where they had half the house was a grow factory, and they were watching the Simpsons at 420, and that was going down, baby.
Was it 218 North Lucas where I lived? 'Cause those guys said my place.
They had it going on too.
Yes, there were lots.
When
of
I was in high school and everyone would be like, "Oh, your birthday is 4/19, the day day before 4/20." Like, that's so stupid.
Was that just a way for us to wish
just
you a
wanna
happy
party.
birthday again?
They just want to
Yeah,
what?
she was
just
looking
want
for a
us-
birthday
you were just
wish. Happy
fishing for a
birthday,
No, I
Casey.
just remember like always
Yeah.
hearing that because it happened right after my birthday every year, forever till the end of time, till I'm gone.
Wow.
I wasn't growing that stuff, Ravi, at that place. We had 3 plants though at 412 North Lynn back in the day that they had nothing to do with, but were in my apartment.
Yeah, I agree. That's kind of how it was for me. I was like
As for the bet,
not involved, but
And,
somehow
but
involved.
if we're going to jail, I'm going because this is illegal.
on the way in, I heard Carmen and Yurko talking about the Cubs. Are they for real? Can they sustain it, right? And that's kind of what, when you place this bet, that really is what you're trying to decide, because we don't know about the Bears. So let's just take one team. Take the Cubs part of it. Are they for real? Their Jeff Passan tweeted out today their run differential, third best in the National League, 39, plus 39. So, and then Carman figured out that Pythagorean theorem thing of probability, yada, yada.
They're like right in line with that, right?
They should have 12 wins. So they've actually been unlucky.
Wow.
But they've played the A's. What other bad teams have they played?
They just beat the Dodgers. They beat the Rangers. They beat the Mariners. All three think they're going to the World Series this year.
Keep racking up those series wins. That's
Now,
what you have to do.
Good counterpoint.
Dodgers and Padres coming up, but they've won 10 of 13, and that includes wins over the Rangers, Mariners, and Dodgers. It hasn't been the
last 6 games. The Cubs have given up 2, 2, 2, 1, 0, 2 runs.
Yeah.
Stroman.
Now they've had 8 double-digit hit games too this year. They have scored a lot of runs, which we didn't expect, but the pitching has been everything you hoped for.
Stroh? Stroh?
Stroh leads the National League in ERA, and Steele is 4th.
Yep.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Hashtag vibe with us.
Yes.
Hashtag vibe check.
CHGO Cubs
Hashtag.
pregame show.
I had a feel like, I don't know if this is going to last, but I just kind of had a feeling all off season that all these little additions were going to add up. Now, I don't know, like a lot of additions have really come through. It's not like Eric Hosmer is tearing things up.
No, but Cody Bellinger's been good.
Cody Bellinger, you're
Like,
right. You rolled the dice on him, and
if Bellinger turns out that he's close to being like an all-star level to what he's probably not going to be MVP, but if he's good like he's been good, frankly, you don't care what happens with Hosmer and Mancini and some of the other guys they brought in. That's a bonus because Bellinger's the one with the highest ceiling of all of them.
And we know with baseball, so much of it is about chemistry, the momentum, getting things going, guys that like to play with each other. Right now, they're just a lot of fun to watch. It's just – I'm happy that we have competitive baseball. And now Sean just –
What the fuck just happened?
Did you see how
Sean just –
Did you see what happened there? Did you see what happened?
I'm so happy
we're
that
talking
wasn't me.
positive about the Cubs. Sean goes back and creates a major disturbance back there. He's
Menace.
so angry.
He's a menace.
So bitter.
Did he just
Unbelievable.
run away, too?
Yeah.
What did he just do?
He knocked over the
Bitter.
plant.
Knocked over the fake plant.
Just as
Fiddly
we're saying,
fig.
the Cubs are so fun to watch. He goes back there and just tears down the set in a tirade. If you're listening on Spotify, that's how it went down. Wow. We said positive. Wow.
We're all okay.
That was unreal.
That
I
should
can't
be
believe
some
that
level of – there should be a fine
There's
for
a
that.
fine.
Childish.
All right, take on the sun with gear built to last. Our friends at Shady Rays have you covered for the warm weather ahead with premium polarized shades at an affordable price. Shady Rays is an independent sunglasses company that offers a world-class product that is just as good as any expensive pair that we've worn. Durable frames and extremely clear optics for outdoor adventures. And that's not all. Shady Rays offers the most insane protection in all of eyewear. Every pair of sunglasses is backed by their lost and broken replacements. If you lose or break your pair, even on day one, they told us they will send you a brand new pair, no questions asked. Wear your Shady Rays with confidence because they have your back long after you purchase. And together with their customers, Shady Rays is providing much-needed support to nonprofit partners across the U.S. through Shady Rays Impact. They build place sets for pediatric cancer patients. They provide young adults with MS the outdoor adventure of a lifetime. And Shady Rays makes an impact in your community and others like it now and for years to come. If you don't love your Shady Rays, exchange for a new pair or return them for free within 30 days. There is no risk when you shop. Their team always has your back. Exclusively for our listeners, Shady Rays is giving out their best deal of the season. Go to shadyrays.com and use code CHGO for 50% off 2+ pairs of polarized sunglasses. Try for yourself the shades rated 5 stars by over 250,000 people. That's a lot of reviews to get.
That's impressive.
I think we all should wear our Shady Rays and go see the Cubs and Dodgers tomorrow, 1:20 Wrigley. Let's go. Anybody?
And
That'd be fun.
Let's go.
I guess I have a Bears show I'll be doing. Thanks, Carmen.
I do want to point out
Bear
that
show's over
Vanilla Chill in the chat agrees with me, and anytime somebody agrees with me, I read that chat.
what's up, Vanilla?
Thank you, Vanilla Chill. Listen, Pins and Aces, the official golf apparel partner of ALLCITY and CHGO. Man, we love our partnership with them. Pins and Aces gear gets us all set up. We get tons of compliments on and off the golf course. A family-owned golf and apparel business making amazing polos, hats, golf bags, even our favorite beer sleeve. That's the innovative product that allows you to store not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, Seven ice cold beers inside your golf bag. Keep those beers nice and cold the entire round. Check out pinsandaces.com and use the code CHGO to get 15% off your first order and get free shipping. That's pinsandaces.com with the code CHGO. I saw Nick was wearing a nice Pins and Aces polo today. Kevin's over there in a nice royal blue Pins and Aces lid. Keep the sun off your face on the golf course. Nice and cool.
I had a hat, but I left it here because, team
Didn't want to
guy.
ruin it in the rain.
I got a really cool Queen of Hearts,
That
or
thing
Queen
is
of
awesome.
Spades club cover for my 3-wood, which is nice. My little fairway wood.
When are we going golfing?
Let's go.
When is the
serious?
CH?
I love golf.
We should team up. We should talk to Pins and Aces about the CHGO golf event.
Yeah, seriously.
It's in the works.
That would be fun.
We're talking with
would.
some places.
I need
Nice.
some big drive energy.
Brian McRae, by the way,
Need somebody to
confirming
drive
the
you
bet.
around.
What did he say?
He said, hey, yeah, it was a 2-year bet made in 1995. So there you go. Confirmation. BMAC.
Happen.
56. Loved him. Remember when he cut out a circle in his hat because it was so hot. He wanted the air to breathe out, and Jim Riggleman was mad at him, so he made him wear a hat without the air conditioning thing that he did.
Riggleman.
1997 Cubs were a trip. They start off 0-14.
It was the 0-14 David Kaplan living in a van year. Yep.
Almost got no hit by Alex Fernandez in
Manager.
Florida.
Cap was living in a van down by the Chicago River,
Can you name the manager?
doing motivational
Is it
speaking.
Jim Essian?
It should 97. I got this wrong then. I'm thinking of a different Cubs manager who had a terrible start to the season. He called for a firehouse
Treblehorn.
chat. Treblehorn.
Tom Troublehorn.
But that had to be Riggleman in 97.
It was.
Yeah.
I think the Firehouse chat was 1995.
Yeah, or 94. Somewhere.
That
in
was
there.
like the mid-90s.
They were-
White Sox were managed by Phil Garner, real quickly. Or
Scrap?
was it Phil Garner? No, who am I
What
thinking
was
of?
Tom
Not
Treblehorn?
Phil Garner. What am I?
Cubs?
Was
Tom
was
what?
Garner like a?
Treblehorn.
Phil Garner's a
Not
tiger.
Phil Garner. What am I thinking of?
REB
Oh, gosh. I don't
LE
know.
Horn.
I'm thinking of
Robbie
Gene
says
Lamont.
Gary Gaetti.
Could be Gene Lamont.
That's him.
Looking, Googling.
Ron
Searching.
Schuler is the GM.
There was an interim manager.
Gene Lamont.
He was
Terry
the manager in
Bevington.
Terry
94.
Bevington.
Terry
Why-
Bevington.
Why am I conflating
What an era.
Phil Garner with Terry Bevington?
I don't know. Phil Garner.
They were both
Garner's
red asses,
big
right?
bushy mustache. Phil
They're both
Garner.
red asses.
Some of the rumors about Terry Bevington are amazing that I won't bring
I think
up on the
Terry
show.
Bevington was the last out of, until Pedro Grifal was the last out of the Sox system, out of the Sox family to be the manager.
The White Sox made Terry Bevington their manager. That's amazing, truly.
The White Sox made Tony La Russa their manager again.
That was amazing,
more
but,
shocking.
but almost. I mean,
By the way, how would you like to be the Cardinals right now? Tony La Russa blew up the White Sox. The Oakland A's are moving to Las Vegas.
How about that?
Now like something bad should happen to the Cardinals.
That's not shocking after seeing the 7 fans in the stands against the Cubs.
Yeah.
It's like just moving to Montreal or Vegas.
If you were in
Get on
Oakland,
with
would
it.
you go to that stadium? I don't blame the fans.
I mean, I would because I'm trying to go to all of them. So like that would be like one of the ones
It's
I would
not
really
a
check
good
off.
experience.
you been?
So wait,
Yeah.
when are they moving?
You got time. 2027 is when they want to have it ready by.
They're going to try and beat the Bears to Arlington Heights.
And they probably
Which
will.
could happen.
It's a race.
Probably a little easier to build something in Las Vegas than it is in Illinois.
Yeah.
It's not happening. Brandon Johnson wants to keep him here. Let's go, Brandon. I believe in you.
Be a hot summer construction job. Vegas baseball stadium.
Ooh,
Don't they realize there's going to be no water in Vegas? They should go to Montreal. Be a better,
good point.
better spot.
How are they going to water their field?
How they going to? I mean, seriously.
Turf indoors.
All right, so Bears and Cubs right now. Let's say there's a progress bar for each of them. Who's farther ahead, and how full is each progress bar?
I think they're doing it in slightly different ways. The Bears are going brick by brick.
Oh.
Okay? Bears are going brick by brick because it's been so damn long since they were good and respectable and won a championship. The Cubs, on the other hand, won in 2016. What they decided to do was take that David statue and move it to the side in Gallagher Way. And now they have a new block of marble, and they've taken their first explosion to the bottom of it. They're taking off big chunks of marble. They haven't started,
Chunk by chunk.
Yeah, they haven't started chiseling the
Chunk
marble
by
yet.
chunk.
Right now, they're going chunk
Chip
by
by chip.
But you can start to see the foundation
Dink by
of the
dunk.
next David statue. The Bears one, we're brick by brick, but Braggs right now hasn't put enough mortar in there for us to figure out if it's just right. So I would say that technically the Cubs, I think the Cubs are further along than the Bears at the moment. But maybe after this draft,
I think
they will
that you
come.
have to compare the cores right now, right? So if the Cubs have Nico Horner, Dansby Swanson,
Seiya Suzuki.
Seiya Suzuki,
Stroman, if
Stroman,
you
and
want to
Justice
say, is there,
Steele.
and then most of the pitching is young. The core pitching is not here yet necessarily. Justin Steele's here.
The
Thompson
Bears
is
have
here.
Justin Fields, Cole Kmet, Jalen Johnson,
I would
Jaquan
s-
Brisker, Kyler Gordon.
I would say there's way more questions about each of those players
Than,
than there are at this point on Dansby Swanson, Nico Horner.
So you would say maybe the Cubs right
Ian
now
Happ.
are 20 to 25%, and maybe the
I was going to say 35 to 40 for Cubs, don't you think?
Well, we're
35.
talking about playoffs for both. If the Cubs indeed are a playoff team this year, then the Cubs are at least at 45%.
well, what does having a possible franchise quarterback? How much does that load the progress bar?
Well, that would all you have to do brick by brick. Now you're just getting
Does that
polished
get you-
up and get the shingles on.
Does that get you 50% of the way there?
Oh yeah. If he's a legit star quarterback, 50%
But he's still
there.
an if.
Well, right. That's the question. We don't know that yet.
So you're at like about 25%.
Unfair comment of
I
the
don't
day.
think he's an if. I just don't. I'm sorry.
What
I
do you
think he had a bad game against the Lions to finish, close things
The
out.
Lions didn't count. He shouldn't even played that game.
You got to put a little bit of at least an asterisk. He's 5-20. I mean, I know it's not his fault,
Right,
but I get it.
We were
And
playing wide receiver last year too.
and I believe in him, but he's not. We can't just say it's not.
We sat here and asked the same questions about Josh Allen 3 years ago. We asked the same questions about Jalen Hurts a year ago. People sat here and made fun of me when I thought maybe Jalen Hurts was better than Justin Fields last summer. And then look what happened.
We did ask the same questions about Mitch
All right,
Trubisky a couple
you gotta
years ago.
let's go.
though, too.
I trust you. Done. It's not an F. Fields, Montana.
Do I believe in him? Yes.
Arguable goat.
But is he as proven as if you were to fast forward and he were Josh Allen now? Like if it was, you could go forward in time and
Yeah.
say, yep, he's going to be at least Josh Allen.
I just think what we've seen from him, and the talents that he brings to the field, throws that he's able to make, how he carries himself, how he's viewed in that Hallis Hall locker room. I just think it adds up to a lot more than what people are willing to give him. And yet, there's going to be people outside of Chicago who don't watch a lot and say, "Oh, he's only a running back." That's fine. Like that's how I don't know a lot about the other 31 teams. There's a lot of
That's true.
whatever. So
Clippable moment.
I would say if Fields
clip it.
if Fields is who Kevin Kaduk thinks he is, then the Bears might be 70% there.
70%.
I think we just got to underline one thing. And I know that Jed Hoyer is not Theo, but he does have a bigger resume than anybody swimming around over the Bears right now.
Much.
Much bigger. And they're further down the trying to win path. So, it's not just that they're better right now than the Bears. They've also have a track record of getting there.
Are they farther down?
They're 11-6. They look like they're investing in Dansby.
Did you watch them last year?
No.
Yeah, but half those guys aren't on the team. Like half the guys who were on the team last year aren't there anymore.
But
It's a tough call. I will say this about the Cubs. Their farm system is only ranked while everybody seems to be excited about the future and all.
it's a great start, but
they're ranked like 11th or 12th
Yeah.
right.
farm system. They're not the number 1 or 2. It's not 2015 where all the guys coming up, you're like, yep, they're the number 1 farm system in
Right.
baseball. They aren't guaranteed.
You've had a
prospects
very
like
nice
that.
start. Now it's not a Tampa Bay Rays start or
No.
a Milwaukee Brewers start, but I wouldn't say like this is like, oh, we've just been waiting for this and this is going to happen. Hey, this is.
I'm not.
You still need Shohei.
You guys are speaking my tune here. Like who's the next Brian? Who's the next Rizzo? I don't see him. I get Pete Crow Armstrong's a nice prospect and all. Maybe he's going to be a really good player.
But if you lose him for Shohei,
Let's go. Let's do it, baby.
is that a thing?
oh, everybody's throwing it out there.
I know.
Some of the big writers were saying, "Oh, wait a minute. Now the Angels, if they're out of it, they might trade Shohei." And then so everybody wants to put their prospect list. There's no way they would take a trade without including
You're not
Pete
trading
Crow
for
Armstrong.
You're not trading for Shohei. You're the signing him.
Personally, I would not. I would wait to just sign him because if you're only the 12th best farm system, are you going to trade?
I have a
half
hard
of that?
time thinking that the top Japanese superstar would come to the Midwest.
He wanted to though. He was
Why
kind
isn't
of
he
all
here?
in on it.
Why isn't he here?
Well, because the Cubs stunk. Now he sees Sand, he sees the possibilities. He might.
Yeah.
I do think he wants to be on the West Coast, but money does talk, and if you start to seeing Go Cubs go a lot more often, he might
They should
at
change.
least give you a serious consideration.
I mean, I would debate changing the song from Shohei Show.
So how about someday we'll go all the way twice?
Shohei
Show.
show.
Hey, show, hey, show, right there.
I'm
No,
now
we need more
against Shohei
lyrics.
Ohtani coming here officially.
Yeah.
Shohei
I have to-
show.
I have
That
to hear
soured
this.
me a little bit.
Change the song for Shohei Show, and you get him. Cubs, best team ever.
But what Kevin is saying is true. There is no single player in baseball, not even Mike Trout, not Shohei Ohtani, that could impact a roster as much as a superstar quarterback could impact a team's chances. Point. Mike
But
Trout
you add
and
them to
Shohei
a
being on the same
you
team,
add
they
them to a
can't even
nice
get the
core that
playoffs.
they've built. I mean, there's still another 2 or 3 players.
But
away.
one or two guys, even one or two guys can't impact a team the way a star quarterback can
lyrics
in
over here.
football. So you're right. If Justin Fields is the truth, if he is him, then the Bears are ahead in this process, which we're starting to feel better about.
But we're here sitting on 420, ahead of 420 on 420.
Yes.
By the way, I was thinking about that. I didn't think we had enough to structure an entire show around Chicago athletes and weed, but like, what's the best Chicago?
Smoking athlete.
Is it Ryan Sandberg?
Joe.
Wait, what's
Sandberg
the
smoke
question?
weed?
He's got those billboards.
Yeah,
I don't know if I don't know if he
Barrel
smoked.
Life.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
What's the
Free
best
ad for you.
weed
Mi-
smoking Chicago athlete?
yeah.
Joakim has got to be in there.
Smoking Jay Cutler, but it wasn't necessarily weed. Smoking Jay Cutler was a great.
Cuddy's got to be in the team photo. That's a good one.
Rodman? Is Rodman smoking
The
weed?
I
worm.
don't know. He
Rodman smoked the weed a lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
Turk Wendell.
another guy, but it's a sad ending was Rashawn Salam,
Cedric Benson.
Cedric Benson.
Another sad ending. Love the weed.
Wow. Well, that's a show.
That's why I thought we can't. I don't know.
All right, this is not related to weed,
that's
but it is
uncomfortable.
sort of. DeBears is saying the draft party's on Weed Street. I heard a car can't drive there. Can a bus?
What?
I mean, there's parking over there. There's parking.
There's tons of parking over there.
And
And there's a valet.
and
Joe's
yes,
has a valet.
It is just off of what, North and like
Sheffield.
North
So the
Weed,
North Avenue
North
bus
Weed
will
and
get there?
Sheffield, that little triangle in there.
Yeah.
Kingsbury Cafe used to be in there.
Just pull into the
Great
Whole
breakfast
Foods,
place.
act like you're going shopping, come for 3 hours, and get your car
Don't do
before they
that.
close.
And then Carm
That's
gets
a-
your car towed,
That's
and
a
then
terrible idea.
Hey.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a
There's
decent
a couple
idea.
parking
Worst
garages
idea.
back. There are a few parking garages back there that you can do.
There are definitely parking garages.
There's street parking too if you get lucky.
So
There's
yes,
there's
there is.
parking.
So you
That's
know
not an excuse.
if you go to the Billy Goat here on Madison before the United Center, if you park there before the game and you eat there, they let you park there for free.
What?
Yes, or at least they used to, like
That's what
20 years ago. And I remember going in there and
20
This-
years
why
ago.
would you give this info away?
Kev,
Boy, that's supposed to be
everything's
for
changed
diehards
since
only.
COVID. 20
what
years
does that
ago,
have to do with COVID?
nothing stands from 4 years ago.
when I passed out,
anyhow,
after smoking a
so
cigarette-
I asked the nice Greek man behind the counter. I said, "How do you know if we actually ate here?" And he just looked at me and he goes, "We know."
I know,
They
cheeseburger
do
Coke.
too.
Yeah, they
You do
do.
not mess with the nice
Pepsi
Greek man.
Coke.
They know. Myers Tavern. I worked for the nice Greek man, Gus. Mark. It's not enough foam in that beer. Literally, I mean, he's dude's watching. I'm like, what am I, a robot here? I can't do the foam perfect every time. Gus, trying, buddy. I'm trying. I know exactly how much foam you want. Not enough foam in that beer, Mark.
All right, everyone. It's NBA playoffs time, and that means big hoops action with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. Get in on the excitement of every game with the touch of a button. New customers can make a $5 pregame moneyline bet and score $150 in bonus bets if their team wins. Plus, everyone can score a no-sweat same-game parlay every day during the NBA playoffs. Open the DraftKings Sportsbook app, opt in, and place a same-game parlay on any NBA game. If that doesn't hit, you'll get a bonus bet back up to $10. I got a bone to pick with Cody Bellinger the other day.
Really?
I followed Cody's little thing, and
Our Cody Delmendo.
our Cody, and Cody just the other three legs came in. All Cody Bellinger had to do was get a hit yesterday.
That was yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, our Cody was very upset with
He
his
was
Cody.
very upset for it.
Cody upset with Cody.
That was
And then
Cody on
another
Cody
parlay.
Cody.
I tailed Nick Moriano
no.
the previous night.
Wait, Nick is not a gambler. You shouldn't be doing that.
Oh,
Nick Moriano.
Bad
He's done.
tail.
Not a gambler.
Dude hasn't won a bet
Well,
in
he
8
won
years.
that one. I changed one of the legs because I thought, well, I think he's wrong here.
Yeah.
He won. I lost because of the
Wow.
alteration I made.
you know where you're going wrong, Kevin? You're being a follower. You're a
Make
leader,
your own
baby.
bets.
You're a leader.
Head of content. You don't follow Moriano and
lead
and
Del
Cody.
Mendo.
Add your
Look,
own bets.
I just figured Cody and Nick were put a lot of research into this.
Yeah.
I mean, Nick does not at all. I don't know where you got that information from. He is not a gambler.
Man, he's like
Cody
$75
comes
richer
up
right
with
now.
his while he's on the scooter on the way over here. So
Yeah.
While he's wiping out on the scooter.
we did wipe out yesterday. It's scary. No
He's
helmet.
okay.
All right.
Cody's
Anyways.
okay.
Download that app now and sign up with the code CHGO. New customers make a $5 pregame moneyline bet and score $150 in bonus bets. Their team wins. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook. The code CHGO. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In Massachusetts, call 1-800-327-5050 or visit gamblinghelplinema.org. In New York, call 877-8-HOPENY or text HOPENY 467-369. In Kansas, call 1-800-522-4700. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 plus in most eligible states, but age varies by jurisdiction. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details and state those specific responsible gambling resources.
I'm going to tell you guys about one of my favorite apps. And when we get to the end of this, I want to try something a little Cliff Levingston, if you know what I mean.
God, I love Cliff
I want to
Livingston.
end what I'm talking about with little Cliff Levingston. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That was behind the scenes. You didn't see that. If you're stressed out buying tickets, this is the app for you. Game Time. Don't get worried about all this stuff. You know how I am. I'm sitting here thinking, listen, can I afford to go to both Taylor Swift and potentially Pat McGann this weekend? Taylor Swift's coming up here in June, and you got to save money. So you're thinking, I got to get the right deal on the Pat McGann ticket. So this weekend at Chicago Theater. So I start on my Game Time app where you can get the best rates. Ticket prices always drop, and they guarantee the lowest rate for you. Fast and easy way to buy tickets for all the sports, music, comedy, and theater near you. Killer deals, last-minute tickets, best price guaranteed. You can stop stressing over those tickets and start getting hyped for the fun you're going to have. So here's what I did. I started looking first today. I thought, well, what about there might be rain in the forecast, but it's sunny out right now. You're thinking Cubs, Dodgers. Carm, you want to see wins over big teams.
I do.
Cubs are back in town.
I'm going tomorrow, baby. We're all
You
going.
could
aren't
go
we?
tonight.
tomorrow.
You could go tonight and see the Cubs play. Tyone
Last
on the
minute.
mound. And so I started digging around. I thought, well, what if we could slide over to the ballpark after pregame, watch a few innings, come back, do the postgame show? And I started looking at tickets. You know, for Cubs right now, $47 for field box. $47 field box, and you're just slightly under the overhang.
I like that.
So that if it does start raining, you're covered. And I thought, well, that's a pretty good deal. But what if I don't want to spend the full $47 because I'm not going to be able to be there for the whole game because we got to come back here for the postgame show? And I thought, well, wait a minute. Right now, upper deck, $4 seats. You can get a $4 seat to go to Wrigley Field right now. It's basically free to walk into the ballpark through the Game Time app, spend $4. You're covered. If it rains, what did you lose? Nothing. $4. Why not go for that? So then I started digging around. I thought, all right, that's Cubs tickets we wanted. Well, I'll see what Cody thinks when he gets here. And I thought, all right, well, we know Kacy wants to go to Taylor Swift. She was trying to get people to buy her tickets for her birthday. I started looking. Little pricey.
Whoops. Sorry about that.
Do you know 10 grand? Front row costs you 10 grand, even on game time.
Someone should be willing to spend that for me.
10 grand. But generally speaking, Soldier Field, most of the tickets are $2,000 to $3,000 that are on game time right now.
What?
But here's the deal. That's June 2nd. Don't rush it. Don't rush it. You watch that $10,000 ticket drop. I don't know any of her songs, but if you want to go see Taylor Swift, you go see it. Swifties. Pat McGann is my guy. He's a Sox fan, local comedian, opens for another local comedian, Sebastian Maniscalco. He's awesome.
Eh.
You don't like Pat McGann?
Maniscalco, I watched his new special. Eh.
His new special is his least funny special of the group. Still funny, though. Now,
does
Pat
make good
McGann
Italian jokes.
Pat McGann is outstanding. Sebastian is a mid-suburban league guy, though.
Sure.
Rolling Meadows from Arlington Heights. So Pat McGann right now, pretty good tickets. You can go right up there and get about $65 tickets and
Is
get
it
a real
still an
good
ad
seat.
rate, Luke? I'm just curious.
Chicago Theater.
So here's the question. You can go to one event this weekend, buy it off of Game Time. Which one are you picking?
So I'm trying to choose between Dodgers this weekend or Pat McGann.
Pat McGann had a pretty good
Pat McGann.
he had a good spot with Jason and Steve during the Sox game yesterday.
He's good.
Yeah.
He's real funny. I would say Pat McGann. His stuff never gets old. He tells that joke about middle-aged women about how they have the open, by the time they get the open shoulder shirt, they're like, hey, look at my sexy shoulder. This is where I got my mumps shot.
Ew.
It's so good. I've seen him a lot of times. He's got a lot of great bits, and he has Chicago accent, Chicago guy. I'd say Pat McGann.
I think that's good.
Chicago Theater.
Love the Chicago Theater.
I'm going out to Wrigley. I don't know which
too.
day, but 4-game Dodgers and Seth. That's a classic matchup.
Well, whoever comes
And
tomorrow, I'll
LCS.
be there. Let's go.
All right, Carm.
What are we going to do?
Doug says that if I loan him $10,000,
Oh, yeah, I need to do the big
he will buy
finish.
Kacy a Taylor Swift ticket. Why? So why would maybe I should just buy her one and get the credit for that.
No, you could do that. Snag the tickets without the stress on Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use the code CHGO for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem with the code CHGO for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. Game Time. Woo!
What time is it?
What time is it?
Game time. Woo! Goo. I'm my
On
man.
from now on, every team ought to be reading it like that.
I'm stealing that for CHGO Bears. That's a done deal.
Big Dave.
What
clearly.
time
It
is
should be a
it?
bullshit. I mean, it
Dave's
should be a
doing it
bullshit
already?
thing for sure.
He's done this for the
He's
year.
already doing it
Oh, yeah.
with that kind of energy.
Definitely good energy.
I didn't.
Big Dave's here. I see him over there.
Yeah. I just got a
Checking
nice
out the
little,
fridge right now. I just realized there's a block of ice in the whole freezer. It's just one block of ice.
Yeah.
Is it hot in here or is it me?
It's a little
Warm. It's warm in here.
Toasty, right?
Are we?
I'm regretting wearing my decision to wear a
I
crew
did
neck.
say that.
I felt good when I walked in here. Right now, it's like,
I
Yeah.
got a shirt
Are we-
on
Little
here.
sluggish.
Is this happening?
yes.
Yeah.
Hey.
Time for Scroll Stoppers with Kacy Standohar.
Yeah, let's take a break from the Cubs and Bears talk for a
thank goodness.
minute and the Game Time conversation. Thank you, Doug, for offering to buy me $10,000 worth of one seat for Taylor Swift, but I'm good. I don't want to see her that badly. Anyway, guys, officially on Twitter today, this affects a lot of people in the industry. The blue check mark is gone unless you are paying for Twitter Blue and to be verified. And it's funny because I saw this tweet from LeBron James back in March that he will not be paying for Twitter Blue. Like my blue check mark is going away. And if you all know me, I won't pay the $5.
What a cheapskate.
But then as of today, people have noticed that actually
He is paying
LeBron
for
is paying for it and he is
it.
verified.
No, somebody's paying for
So
it.
we tweeted,
He's not
we
paying
tweeted
Yeah.
MJ would never.
His publicist is paying for it.
Yeah, somebody's paying for it. But it's definitely a kind of a polarizing thing. But I think for the most part, people are pretty okay with losing their check mark. They're not worried about it. What do you guys think?
I'm fine. My blue check mark is gone.
Mine too. Checked it this afternoon. Fixed it. For all of you, everybody knows that I'm the most tech savvy 50 plus out there in America.
Definitely.
And so a lot of people come to me for advice about technical issues. Like, what are you going to do with your VCR? How are you going to hook up your VHS tape? And you want to know, what do you do? What do you do about the blue check mark? I told you. I went, screen grabbed a shot of the blue check mark, did a little cropping around it with my iPhone, and then I pinned it as my most recent tweet. Looks like I've been verified. Free.
Verified.
Free. Verified.
It just blows my mind that Elon Musk spent $44 billion on a company, and his big idea to make money is to just give people a sticker and think people are going to pay $96 a year for a sticker.
Well, let's see.
There's a lot of dumb people out there.
I mean,
What?
Is anyone on this set paying?
I did originally pay for it, yes, because I thought, because he informed us,
There is
he
the
informed
dumb
the
person on
masses
set.
that if you don't, your content will not be showing up in the feed as much, and you won't get priority in the feed. So as a social media director, I thought I should probably
Social
do
maven.
this. Our accounts all have it. It's important. We're able to upload longer videos. So I thought it would be beneficial for my personal account to have it as well. Now, do I still feel that way? Probably not. I might get rid of it.
Yeah, like
if you're
if
gonna
that
get
was
those
part of it,
Taylor Swift
fine.
tickets.
But there's no other value. I guess maybe you can edit the tweet, which is nice, I guess.
Yeah, we went like 12 years without being able to edit a tweet anyway.
Why can't we just
delete it?
But $8 is like half the price of Netflix.
It's stupid. It's the dumbest thing. If you guys are going to keep paying for it, Casey, it's just
I'll probably end my blue checkmark life.
Casey's
today.
getting shamed into
If
it.
you don't want to steal a photo off the internet like I did of the check mark and pin it as your tweet so it's the first thing everybody sees, why not just take those little white eraser boards that we have, each hold up one with a blue check mark, and make it our new profile picture?
Here's the thing. We
You've
all
got a
used
blue
to be
check mark.
clamoring to get verified. Everyone wanted to get verified. It was the
Yeah.
cool thing to do. You
It
had to
was,
get
yeah.
verified, and if you didn't, you felt like a loser. And now everyone's like, not verified, and if you are, you're a loser. And so,
Correct.
like, this is the world.
yeah.
Like, what are we doing?
yeah, I personally, I worked hard for my check mark. I
Yeah.
battled. I somebody in social media called up and got me it. Mike Allardyce, shout out. And
Diceman got it for you.
Diceman got
worked
that.
hard for it. Someone called up and got it for me.
Right.
He worked hard.
But it felt good in the moment. Like, hey, all right, I'm someone. Got my blue check mark. I'm verified.
I think
Carm.
Mike Piff got me mine.
Hey,
Shout
I
out,
remember
Pip.
how he got that.
Shout out Piff.
I'm literally going to manage my subscription right now and probably stop paying for it.
Can't you actually just
you shouldn't be
can't you just hide it? I think you can hide it.
Is it
How
a
do you
tax
do that?
write-off?
I
Business
Probably.
But
expense.
it is dumb. It is $8
This
for
is
no
a terrible
reason.
conversation.
It really
Who
is.
cares?
The blue check mark? Come on.
I'm just saying
Nobody
it's what
wants
people are talking about today on Twitter. And if you're asking for something that is scroll stopper related, that's it, because everyone is.
I really wonder what the first big what is this going to screw up?
Oh, that's,
Well, yeah.
I know
There's
the
going to be
answer
a.
already.
Listen, the world's never been in a worse place. Let's be honest, and it's just continuing to go downward. So that's how it is.
World War II was probably worse than we are right now. But yeah,
I don't know.
I would say
This whole
yeah.
Elon Musk Twitter thing, all it's taught me is
That's true.
a year ago at this time, I thought, man, you know what? Maybe one day I would like to own a Tesla. Those look like cool cars.
Yeah.
They're electric cars. I won't have to pay for gas. Elon Musk is doing a nice thing. I didn't know much about Elon Musk. I knew that he owned Tesla.
That was great back then, yeah. It was
He
like, team
launched
up, let's
rockets. He was going to build a super train going out to O'Hare.
Yeah.
That he apparently,
Is that
he
all
announced
part
and
of,
then
is that the Kennedy project that's going on now?
then
Sure
never
feels like
mentioned
it.
again. A year later, I think that guy's like the biggest buffoon on the planet.
Well, yeah, everybody does now.
Rich buffoon.
Rich buffoon, weirdo.
Never knew those existed though.
Vanilla Chill made a good point. All trolls are now have blue check marks, so it's somewhat easier to notice the trolls at least. That's true.
I mean, I guess.
I
because
just
now everyone has one.
and,
you
and
don't
to get
know.
verified on Facebook is like $14.99 a month. Like what?
Yeah, it's dumb. Hashtag inflation. All right, well, that was Scroll Stoppers. Thanks for stopping by.
That'll stop you.
Why do you have to do my clothes? Like,
Oh,
can
don't know,
I do
just
that,
thought, I just
or
thought we needed to close.
you just get to cut me off when I feel
I
like
just
when you
wanted to
feel
go
like
back
it?
to this lower third, so I just thought that was the end of Scroll Stoppers.
Oh.
You could still sit
No,
there and
it's
keep talking.
fine. You call the shots. You're the producer.
Do we have any other stopping scroll
Not right
things?
now.
We'll go back. We could hear. Let's hear. It's Scroll Stoppers Part 2.
No. I don't have anything else. It's 4 o'clock.
Do you see
okay, so that's the end of
Tyone
scroll
to the
stoppers
injured
again.
list tonight? Will not be pitching against the Dodgers.
I think
Sock.
Doug has been mentioning that.
Yeah, the ass man's going to be on the mound tonight.
Ass man. All right, well, we got a Bulls show in 2 minutes, so get out of these seats.
All right, this has been the CHGO Sports Podcast. Make sure you come check us out at Joe's on Weed next Thursday. We're going to have a lot of fun. Buy those tickets now. For Kacy Standohar, Luke Stuckmeyer, Lawrence Benedetto, and Mark Carman, this has been the Chicago Sports Podcast. See you next week, everyone.